right in that instance, usually he'd be expecting the pickaxe on the wall, but the heavy sniper, speed. Now King, continuing to look forward, continuing to look towards the zone as players come from. This aspect that he takes out, that's 3 eliminations, but he goes on forward and grabs another one with great awareness onto Nate. So unbelievable play from here. King is just racking up elims. Again, no placement points in this game, but he still pushed himself within distance of Bugha. Who Bugha went down earlier there. He took out Clicks as well in the box. And this is, he's taken out Aspect, he's taken out Tfue, he's taken out Clicks. These are some of the best box fighters in the world. But now, King, he's saying, hey, I'm here at the Fortnite World Cup. I am one of the best box fighters in the world as well. So guys, that's King, the story so far. He's climbing the ranks, he's inching ever so closer to Bugha. Gentlemen, back to you.
Great stuff, Balla, and yeah, fantastic breakdown of how King has made it up to our second place spot so far. We were only a third of the way through today's competition on the road to crowning a Fortnite World Champion. Thoughts on the game from two?
I love to see the aggressive gameplay from King and others. Those kind of plays you don't often see in the Fortnite World Cup or really any competitive play. A lot of players are waiting for those opportunities to maybe get shots on players that are moving, that kind of thing. It's been great to see. And obviously a crowd favorite here. We've heard people erupt every time he pushes into the box. What about you, thus far?
Crazy action. I'm really interested to see how these different landings continue. We've already seen game 1 to game 2, people switch up their spots, land at different areas, and sometimes it's come back to bite them. All I know is, though, that's going to do it for us two for right now. We'll be back later today, but down on the floor we have Zeke with some more information on our players.
Courage, man, what an insane first 2 games here on the first day, or the final day of Solo's competition. Bugha with insane shockwave play to give him the high ground, and then here, Sky, his positioning on point, which gave him the win over Dubs. I mean, you guys, and of course, the Marshmallow performance. You guys are here. How have you enjoyed the day so far? What do you think? Some of you are still sleeping. Guys, what do you think? This is it, the final day! There it is. You're awake. I appreciate that. Now, of course, guys, we've been getting through this Fortnite action all weekend long. But don't forget, we actually had tables happening early on Friday. Now, if you remember, there was a certain captain with a great crew. They won, and they became the first ever Fortnite World Cup Creative Champions. And that was the Fish Fan led by team leader Scissors. Now, go ahead and check up on him, see how things are going for him. So let's go ahead and do that.
I'm Katie Plays, and we're here in the player lounge right now, joined by the winner of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations. Now, Scissors, how does it feel now to solidify that title?
It's kind of awesome considering I love creative mode. It's thriving, it's awesome, I love it.
Now, Tyler, did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position here today?
Yeah, I always knew we had it in the bag. You know, we're the week 1 qualifiers. We're the most stacked team. There was no competition. Just when the last map was a death run, I knew we had that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew that was clutch up, and he did just that.
You could tell he lifted the finger. He said, we need 1 point. Just grab this coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated.
There it is, the win! Oh, he misses, but gets it with the trap trigger!
You realize that that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million. It's
Unreal.
Like, if you want to go in blindly, like, try and
And the winners in the end were actually Grimes and Airwax. They are 2-time Pro-Am champions. So let's actually check in with them and see how they're doing.
I'm here in the player lounge right now, joined by our Pro-Am winners, Arl Grimes and Airwalks. Wasn't totally expecting you'd win 2 in a row. Can you walk me through those final moments?
Felt really good. I don't think I would have won if I didn't have them.
Now, Arl Grimes, you were holding your own, you were keeping up, you were staying alive, you were getting eliminations. How did you change your playstyle from last Pro-Am to this Pro-Am?
I think we learned a lot from the last one, just that you focus on late game a little bit, and I just sort of let him lead the way and made it happen.
How did it feel to play with a potential World Cup duo winner?
It's amazing. I'm actually going to come tomorrow and sit in the stands and cheer for my man Airwalks. Yeah.
Maybe make an Airwalks sign and wave it in the air?
Maybe a 98 bot sign. I'll hold it up.
Good luck on the event tomorrow. Congratulations on winning. Congratulations on winning. Incredible, incredible gameplay throughout Fortnite World Cup Pro-Am.
Man, Grimes and Airwax. Very happy for those two, but I'm actually happy for this guy right here. This is 1/2 of your duos world champions. This is Nyrock. I need you guys to make some noise right here, right now. Show him that you love him. How's that make you feel? You got all these crowds.
That's great. It feels amazing.
There you go. Now, Nyrock, let's chat a little bit, right? Because you played yesterday, like I talked about, in the duo competition. Your partner, Aqua, is actually playing today in the solo competition. So what advice did you give him heading into these games?
I told him earlier this morning that he should stick with the plan we had yesterday. And even if he has a bad start, he can still make a comeback like we did. And he can still take the trophy.
That's pretty good advice. Good advice. Now, you're already a world champion. You've got the title. So how does it feel now that you've got this title? You're here. You get to experience this and watch the solo competition.
I mean, it feels amazing winning a duo, even though I want to compete in solo as well. But also this gives me confidence in solos, which makes me do better in solo next tournament.
Okay. One final question for you. This morning, obviously yesterday was a huge day. You had a night to kind of sleep on it, and then you woke up the next morning. Did it sink in? How did you feel the next morning when you're like, man, I'm a world champion?
It doesn't really feel like I've won anything because it was so big. It was almost too big to imagine. But yeah, it feels amazing.
Well, again, massive congrats to you. 1/2 of our world champions. Again, give him some love, Fortnite fam. Thank you again, Nyrox. Appreciate your time. Now, there's actually another player we want to talk about real quick, and that is Skite. He just won this second game, so let's see what he's got to say.
I'm Skite from Lustream. I'm French, coming from Paris. I've been preparing the finals by playing customs and playing every day with friends or mates. It was hard in the beginning because my wrist was a little bit broken, so I just wait and then I qualified for the boss in the last 2 weeks. I definitely want to thank my team because they support me a lot when I was playing qualifier. In here we are more aggressive and NA is a little bit slower, so we try to play a little bit safe. I think maybe Zayt is really good and I want to take him down. I don't think playing in Sajam will affect my my gameplay because I already did it. I love everyone and I'm just excited to play.
There you go. There you have it. I mean, this guy is amazing. I'm a big fan. Sky, you know this. I'm a huge fan. Now, guys, there's so many players. There's 100 here that I wish we could spend so much time talking to every single one individually. But let's actually dive in specifically to one, and that's Mr. Vivid, you know, Mr. Clutch Man himself. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him there, but don't worry, he's going to bring some more heat. We actually had time to spend with him and his hometown, learn more about him, so let's watch this together.
I live in South Jersey, in a small town. Population of under 1,000. You see a couple of cars pass by your house. Here, I play Fortnite at the highest level. My name is Noah Wright. I've been playing competitive Fortnite for almost a year now.
It's a familiar name to a lot of fans.
What makes me a successful player is probably all the hours that I put into it. The schedule gets kind of crazy, but I'll keep myself in good shape. I will do a workout routine, 20 minutes on the exercise bike, 15 minutes of stretching, and then back to playing Fortnite. Just having fun.
Taking that victory royale, that was insane.
I live with my dad. We've always been really close. All he ever wants to do is fish. He takes care of everything around the house. It makes everything really convenient in terms of, you know, playing games and just being able to focus on that.
Our schedules work pretty well. When I get done work, he's usually up gaming, so we do spend a little bit of time talking and going through the day's activities. Noah and I helped each other very much getting through the difficult time.
When I was 10, my mom passed away. She passed away to a cancer called small cell carcinoma. It definitely made me mature a lot. It made me realize like how much my mom actually did for me.
Noah's mom had a very big impact in his life. She set the ground rules, make sure the grades were all straight A's, and he could go to games.
I credit a lot of my success to her.
What a game from Vivid.
Knowing that I'm successful at doing what I love to do, that would just make her really happy.
Ready?
Yeah. Fortnite granted me with a decent amount of money. I can help my dad out now, so I got on the boat.
He presented it to me for being a great father, bringing him up since their mother passed away.
I actually haven't been on the boat yet, so this weekend I'm gonna go on the boat for the first time.
Getting him on the boat and back on the water again, one of my ultimate dreams.
Looks nice.
What do you think Mom would say?
Like it.
Thank you for this and everything. You made me happy. What do you think of your first trip? Now,
It's nice.
you gotta come up more often.
be honest. I'm keeping myself together. I know how you're feeling, Vivid. I am very close to my own mom, and she needs to know. You guys have a chance here to meet Vivid. He is genuinely one of the most hardworking, kindest people you'll ever meet in your entire life. You can say hello, take time to do it. I promise you will not be disappointed. Of course, Fortnite fam, we got to keep the games coming. Games are about to be underway. The players are back. They are ready to board the battle bus. For now, we're going to send it back up to none other than Monster D-Face Golden Boy House DJ Mike Realm. Bring the heat.
All right, folks, we know you're excited to get into some more games. Good news, we got you covered. Welcome, everyone. Golden Boy alongside with Monster D-Face. Here's we're going to call games 3 and 4 of the Fortnite World Cup Solos competition. And, man, you couldn't have asked for 2 better games to start the Solo Monster. Craziness through and through. Best players in the world, and they're showing up here on the world stage.
I mean, you guys saw the reaction. Look with the insane game 1 had us jumping out of our seats, quite literally. And man, Sky, at the final moments, I thought we were going to see a victory come back with the flint knock shockwave to shake up the entire place.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Yeah, it was very, it was a nail biter. Let's just put it like that. But let's run over the format and how this whole thing's work. So at top 25, players will start to get 3 points, and we move on to 15 points. At that point, all the players that are still remaining will get an additional 2 points, making it a total of 5. Then after that, to the top 5, they'll add 2 more points to that, making it a 7-point total earned for staying alive all the way until the end. But if you get that victory royale, you get a total of 10 points. 3 coming out of the top 5 there. And each elimination is going to count for 1 point. So look for these players to play for the placement. Some, like King, 1 point for those eliminations. And then the prizing. It's all on the line for $3 million for the first place prize. 1.2 million for second, 1.2 million for third, and then 1 million as well, plus for fourth. That is crazy. That's a lot of money.
You know, yesterday the duos had to split it. Today, it all goes to you, right? It's just a solo competitor. So, and everyone here's a winner. We're here to celebrate every single player that has made it this far, who stepped onto this stage. You are already a winner.
The marathon that they took to get up to this point is, to say at least 10 weeks, grueling competition in both solos and duos for a lot of our competitors that had to prep not just for the competition today, but also yesterday. Now, we're already 2 games in. We mentioned some of the players that had performed very well. Game 1. And then you also had Skype, who was able to just outlive everyone else and stay on. But it is Hugo who still holds first place, but by 1 point, because Argentina's very own King is looking to contend that, and that is crazy. I mean, talking about aggression, this guy embodies it.
Yeah, you've seen him time in and time out. It's players like King that really make these tournaments interesting to watch for the spectators at home, for everyone here in the audience. You gotta have your King show up and bring that action all the way through. And it's not to discredit anyone who made it this far. These guys are still in the running.
Yeah, it's only 2 games in. Games 3 and 4 are going to be just as important. Players are going to have to step it up if they want to get within the top 20 here. There's just so much on the line. There you see Booga getting ready, getting prepped up. Everyone is so hyped up here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. And I don't even know what to expect, man. Game 3, like, what are we even going to get? We're seeing early aggression here from a lot of the South American players. Our players that we talked to from North America and Europe said that was what they wanted to avoid, was the South American aggression, the OCE aggression. But this time it's South America that's showing up.
And not to bring it up, but, you know, you saw exactly what happened when King walked into Tfue. He just saw him trying to shadow bomb peacefully to the zone. They were not safe, by the way. They still had to make it through to Happy Hamlin, but King's like, you know what, I'm going to pause right here, and I'm going to take this fight, and that is how the Brazilian region does.
Yeah, that's how they do it, man. They just want to take the fight. They want to go right at your face. They don't care who you are. They don't, listen, you can have millions of subscribers on YouTube. You can have all the Prime subs. You can have all the famous sports. At the end of the day, everyone that's in that game, they're all equal. There is no upper hand. You are, and you shouldn't be treated that way either. You should just go at them with what you got, because that's what it's going to take in your pocket, which, by the way, you'd have to have a very big pocket for
Take a look there. Benji Fishy has been showing up.
I told him to play to the crowd. I said, play to the crowd. Have some fun with him.
Yeah, good to see him smiling. You know, we were there in the warm-up games. He was a little timid, but Benji, loosen up, buddy. There goes Mr. Savage. And the rest of our competitors, Creo, Kinstar, Vivid, of course. This is a big moment for everyone here. Game 3's close.
And it must be cool as well to see you guys. Give him a round of applause. He waved to everybody. He waved to everybody. You know, that's not bad. All right, so here we go, folks. It's now time to jump into game number 3 here for the Fortnite World Cup Solos competition. The countdown has begun. The players are loaded up in the battle bus. This is it. All on the line. Let's see who will take away another victory royale, or will we see one of our 2 winners get back-to-back victories? Be massive for them. Oh man, that's awesome.
And so far, Aqua has been the only player to prove that he can win on a stage of this magnitude. But just to give you guys a little context on the bus here, this is a bus coming from the south to the north side. So all of your competitors are going to get, yes, a fair split at the map here. And that's exactly what you'd like to see. You want everyone to have a fair shout at the map. So just going to see Skype is looking to land here. We saw Skype win that last game.
Yep.
It's just outside of Pleasant Park. Probably playing for some ballers here in our top 10 over on the left-hand side here. Golden Boy, Booga, King, Commandment. That one window, Sky is still in 6th place.
For him to be able to climb up into the top 10. Only 2 eliminations to his name. Standing. We're going to head on over to Junk Junction. There's a hot spot there as well.
We have talked to some players about landing for hot spots.
I actually just got word from production in the back. King has been eliminated from spawn.
Wow, that's huge. That's going to be a real big setback. We've seen players like Zayt and Zap really fall behind yesterday off of one game not going their way.
That is rough, man. That is certainly not going to be pretty for him. But hey, you have 3 more games remaining. You just got to shake that one off. Moving on, though, we're checking out the here. You're going to have Tuzo pushed right in. It's going to make him pay. That's going to be an elimination on to Fledimoys. Well done. Number 1 on the board.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't trust myself with that match, but he gets right up on him and hits him in the chest. Here now with Crew.
That was the shot. Oh, Crew, no chill. Right on the sky platform, too.
That was how King was taken out. Couldn't even land safely. Got pinched right into the sky. That's rough.
Because there's nothing you can do. You're in a wider state. You're just floating down. You're hoping that no one's looking right at you. Players at this point, they're going to go for those shots, those open opportunities. Then you got Tuzi, who had just picked up an elimination earlier on. The circle is going to be over in the ice biome, so by the Polar Peak, Frosty Flights area, and it's also going to be within Pleasant Park as well. So the eastern part of the map, they're going to have to worry about moving on over to the safe zone. Now we're going to be looking at a crowd favorite here. We got T4.
Yeah, T4
had the best run so far.
He's been playing the
Savage has eyes on Clarity. G does put the pressure on him. Now Clarity's going to have to deal with a player that's behind and in front of him. So just shadow bombs on out of there. He's going to have another one to use as well in case he needs to pop it, but it doesn't seem like anyone's going to be paying any attention to him for right now.
There's over 6 players landing at Happy Hamlet, but we're jumping right into this battle right here. Unknown Army, who has had the time to prove to the world that he is here to bring the heat. Early on in our competitive days, Unknown Army was known. Take over, Goldie.
This is it, man. Unknown Army, one of our first controller players. Actually, he was our first controller player to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup. Perhaps this is going to be the opportunity that he was looking for, Monster. Put himself on this stage. Get a big opportunity. Things have slowed down here for a moment. He's looking to overtake that roof. He can get it. He can get possession of that. Headed on out. That's Commandment. Commandment's going to be sitting at the top 5 if I'm correct currently. Good fight here between 2 quality players.
This is not a battle he wants to lose. There's a lot to prove here. Unknown Army, one of the few controller players in it. We saw Ricky have a big game. That wall's his. He's got the aggro. The last one is not, though.
He's charging right in, and Commandment's going to have to get out of there. Didn't want to deal with that player. He knew the Unknown Army just had that beat on him. Wisely enough, and look at the health there. That's why Commandment does not want to go for that fight. He's going to be in dire straits right now, as Unknown Army does have the life lead.
He's just taking all of these platforms, too. He's gaining control slowly but surely. Nice little peek right there. He goes for the staircase first. So clean.
Doing this all with a controller. You know we have millions of players that play on controller at home, and he goes in, does apply white damage. One more, that's gonna do it. Commandment was in 3rd place, and Unknown Army now made him put in the place.
And a little taunt to throw some salt on the wound right there. Now hopping to the other side of the map, we have Blaster, who's looking for a vehicle. He does have a baller. His main priority right now is metal and more loot.
Take a look here. We got Mark. He's got eyes on a target. Also using a Sky Stalker skin. One of my personal favorites. Charges forward with that drum gun. Close range, but no! It was Low Boom who gives him the hands there. Fun fact, Christian, our boy from Fortnite VR Live, told me look out for Low Boom. Someone to definitely take eyes on. They eliminate one another, though. So Boom, not in this one. Maybe find some better luck.
It's a risky take when you jump into someone's box here in the Fortnite world. Leshy, another controller player, bringing it back to the good old nostalgic Tilted Towers for that close-range PvP. He's going to get shot a few times right there, but still keeping his cool. He has plenty of extra shields and mobility. Shockwaves are going to be great for maneuvering around this congested area. That's what it is. 4 players in Neo tilted right now. You have to be careful.
This is a controller battle, actually.
One another here. Leshy's probably looking to take this wall. All right, he's going to break into the building now. Get that high ground over his opponent. Astonis is just waiting, not making a sound here, seeing if he can bait Leshy into a trap play. Let's see. He's going to fall for it. Will he make a mistake? And that's really what it is, right, Golden?
Yeah, it is. When players are on that stage here in the audience, the crowd, everyone's cheering, there's obviously going to be that added pressure. We talked with a few of the players before the game started today. The number one thing that I think everyone brought up to me was just the volume, the sheer presence of where we are. Some of them even went as far as to say, yeah, I don't think I'm going to look up at all. I think I'm just going to focus on the screen. That's what I know. No reason for me to try and go above and beyond anything else, right? Sometimes the moment can take you away.
You can see both POVs right here, both points of views.
Yeah.
They're looking to take any walls that they can just to gain control, have a little bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, this is basically like a Fortnite equivalent of an arm wrestling match right now. Maybe for some of our parents who are joining us here for the first time, haven't watched Fortnite before. They're really just struggling to try and get positioning over the other player. That is the struggle that they're wrestling with here. See, use wrestling again. It worked out well that time.
All right, Lesh this time has decided to commit. He is now down face to face. There is nowhere Astonish can run it. He goes into it.
Oh,
lands the 2-shot. And that's the little tactic right there. If there's a ramp in front of the wall, you have to recognize you are in big danger because there's a nifty little trick to get you in that box.
Another one of my favorite players here. You got Legendary. He's going to be in a fight right now. Moves around the side, loses the high ground. Oh, man. That is rough. Legendary not having the best games at this point in time.
Pizza's placed 8th on average when he qualified in the online opens. On average, across every game he loaded into. That's very high for placement. And now he's picking up elims. Unfortunately, like we said here, Jadian just not really connecting the dots today, but it's not over yet. We're only halfway through the competition here.
There's Leshy has to get out of there. Whew, back to the pin, very dangerous, but gets an elimination on Kinstar. A massive elim here for Leshy, who's sitting right now at 2 elims currently in this battle at Neo Tilted.
Representing for all the controller players across the world, Leshy, very dangerous.
It's just get close range with a player like Leshy, and they'll punish you, right? When you have the controller, you have that little bit of the ability to
Little peek on right here.
I think Ninja yesterday had talked about the infantry rifle, how good that weapon is, and it truly, I mean, the accuracy that you get out of it is absurd. It's something that if you pick it up and you know how to use it, you'll be deadly out there in the field, which he has done a lot of times, Ninja, which is why he likes that weapon so much, and I would understand why a lot of our players will go for that as well. When you have the option to, why not? You got that comfortability with it. Then you got Left Eye. 2 eliminations currently. Has 2 shockwave nades.
And you know, you got to give some respect to Left Eye, who completely left his previous job 6 months ago to fully focus in on competitive Fortnite. And he found himself at the Fortnite World Cup stage. I don't think it gets any better than that. That is a dream story here.
Yeah, in competitive gaming, you take those risks if you want it so badly. If you want it more than you have to breathe, you just go for that moment. You never know what's going to happen. This could very well be a lot of the people in this arena next year playing on that stage. Courage did say that they had the budget, so I'm just going along with what he said. You know?
All right, but here we have
Tfue.
Tfue playing his classic high ground center map, more or less. He does have a lead for the next zone.
Yep, movement options for him, which in the last game he had the shadow bombs. Didn't really pan out for him because King, very thirsty, went for just